welcome to the first episode of EDM Fantasy Live. I have a special guest here today. It's our commissioner, Barry. He's a three-time, what is our trophy called again, Barry?
I don't know, the EDM championship, I guess.
The EDM Championship. He's the winner of the
but
EDM
not,
Championship trophy three times.
but not that kind of EDM.
Not the electro dance music, no. so So yeah, we just put together a quick pilot project today, and we're gonna go through our league real quick here. We're gonna touch on each division, and uh, unfortunately or fortunately, me and Barry are in the same division. So we're gonna start with the North here. And how are you feeling about our division there, Barry?
I gotta be honest. Usually, no offense, I would have been very happy to be in a division with you and Landon. Um, but unfortunately for me, I am not feeling great about it. You and Landon are both looking pretty stacked this year.
Fair enough. I kind of stole his strategy from last year, a little bit of it. So seems to be a winning strategy, but it looks like you came out with a win this week. How are you feeling about
I'm not feeling great about it, Will, and you know that because I'm playing probably the biggest dumpster
that?
in our league in Brad, who's lost Cooper Cup and also Chubb. So I mean, it's good that I won, but I'm not feeling great.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Your roster's an interesting one to look at when I pull it up here. So, but
Well, if I can just interrupt you there, when you told me you kind of took my strategy, I basically took your strategy this year of drafting nothing but B plus players. So it sometimes looks good, but it doesn't really ever perform good.
yeah, yeah. And by stealing the strategy, I meant I stole Landon's strategy, not yours. So, and I see you stole my strategy. So,
Exactly, that's what I meant. Yeah.
it's fun watching people at the draft ask you why you're not spending your money. And I was like, I've been there 1,000 times. And I'm like, because I have a plan. It's like, do I really have a plan?
I'm pretty sure I said the exact same thing.
I
Don't
think you
worry.
did. Yeah. I was like, that was me. Everyone was bugging me, sitting there with my hands in my pockets, sweating, not clicking on anything. But
Yeah, no, our division it's a tough one. It's probably the tougher division.
oh yeah, well, two, three-time winners are in it, and then yeah, I kind of came ready to draft. So I was a little worried, but it's been panning out for me. I mean, at 2-2, you're still doing a lot better than some other people will be touching on. So not like you're playing for the toilet bowl just yet, you know. So let's move on to EDM West. So there's a super blessed guy there, and there's a not so blessed guy, and then there's a really not blessed guy in there. What do you think? How do you think that's going to pan out? Do you think the other guys have any chance of taking out the blessed guy?
I don't know what's going on with Twin, but lately he is like the last like 5 years, he's been good, man. Like he's been really good. Like he's already got what four out of or 3 out of 4 wins this year, weeklies.
Yeah, which is unheard of. I don't know if we keep records for that, but I'm pretty sure that's a record. But off the top of
And
my head.
and he's a two-time champ as well.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good. Like the thing that was insane was when he played Jerome Ford during the Chubb injury. We all
Okay,
started.
oh yeah, we need to talk about that just a little bit because like I don't know if he's using a time machine or just a crystal ball, but like that was insane. Like I want to say he's cheating, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only one with commissioner powers in this league. But how does he start? It doesn't make sense.
I was trying to say the same thing because I instantly looked up who the backup was, and then I swear I saw him that night on his bench, but in the morning he was in there, so that was a little confusing to me. But maybe I just smoked too much
I
weed.
I didn't even know who Jerome Ford was. Well, I woke up and I was like, "Ooh, who's the backup to Chubb?" I like crack my knuckles. I do a little bit of research, and then I like open up Yahoo, and I'm like, "How much fab should I put on this guy?" And I open it up, and it's like,
He's not
"I
even
am
there.
blessed."
He
Like,
played
what
last
is this?
night.
What is this? It made no sense.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's crazy. I literally changed my name to I am also blessed, and 10 minutes later, that's when the Chubb injury happened, and that's what I needed to win the week. So
See, something's going on.
yeah, I know. And I was talking to Landon, and he was talking about how we need to put in permission to change our names if we want our team names. So,
Ooh, I like that. I like
so
that. Or we could just go the other way and just go crazy, and all of us just start changing them on the weekly.
everybody's blessed. The whole league's blessed.
Hey,
Uh,
honestly, are you a little surprised Twin hasn't blown up a little bit because now there are three people who are blessed in the league?
yeah, I'm a little bit surprised, but I think the older he gets, the more he matures a little bit. So he understands that dealing with our shenanigans and it doesn't get him anywhere to just start popping off on us. 'Cause we'll just get retarded.
Yeah, so EDM West, Twins team looks very nice. Cooper's team, who is also named No Blessings, just for the record. His team looks. What do we? He's got Stafford, McLaurin, Pickens, Robinson, Henry, Goddard, Checo. Like, yeah,
He's not
it's
bad for
okay.
lineback or for running backs, other than losing Zach Moss.
Yeah, I offered him actually. I offered him before I did that Keenan Allen trade. I offered him Keenan Allen for Derrick Henry because he's a big Chargers fan, and he hemmed and hawed, and then I just moved on and got Madison. But anyway,
Yes.
uh,
We'll come back
but
to that.
Ron Mexico, aka Jeremy, his, his team is trash, and he just made it a lot worse.
Oh yeah, we'll also come
uh,
back to that at the end. We'll be talking about a couple trades as well.
yeah, like who's he got? Mahomes, Lamb, Brown, Cook, McKinnon as a starter. I don't know. Knox, Thielen.
Yes.
Ugly.
Yeah,
It's ugly.
it's pretty ugly when it comes to running backs. Kind of what I took advantage of there. But we'll talk about
I
that a
guess
little bit
I
later.
guess Lamb and Brown. I guess Lamb and Brown.
Patrick Mahomes and CeeDee Lamb are pretty good. Are two pretty good studs to have. So at least he has an anchor, unlike some teams. So, but
Would you be a little bit worried about Mahomes though? Like from what you see, just maybe a little bit.
yeah, I honestly, when I look at Mahomes' schedule, and I'm looking at it right now, everything is green, 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 up till week 13. So, and then week 17, he's got Las Vegas, which is giving up a lot of points. So I think he can bounce back. It's Patrick Mahomes. Uh, that's how I feel about him. But what do you think?
I think I think he'll be just fine. I just don't know if he's worth so like what was it, $33 or something insane? Like
44, actually.
$44. Like I don't think it's gonna be worth that.
Yeah, well,
Just
we'll see. Because fair enough. He'd have to put up probably at least 30 points a week, but he's still putting up 20, 23, 25. So
yeah, but that's not what you pay 44 for.
no, I mean, pretty sure Blake got Christian McCaffrey for just a few dollars more, and yeah.
$60 he got him for. Oh, okay, we'll get. I think he's next.
So, do you think anybody's going to take Twin out of that division, or they're just going to kind of be fighting for a card spot there between No Blessings and Ron Mexico?
Uh, I mean, honestly, Twins team doesn't seem as good as it's been performing. Like just looking at the names on it, we got Jalen Hurts, Michael Pittman Jr., DJ Moore, Josh Jacobs, Elvin Kamara, Darren Waller, and Josh Downs starting this week. Granted, he's got a couple guys on the bench. He's got Mike Evans, Jerome Ford, and Austin Eckler. But like this doesn't seem like a studded team. Like your and Landon's team seem to be the best teams to me.
Mm, I,
Um,
I,
but yeah, I see what you're saying. Within the
yeah,
division, I don't know. Cooper maybe like his team's not like Cooper's team's not terrible.
not terrible, no. And you never know. I mean, it looks like Jeremy's trying to make some moves, and that was what happens when you're 0-4. But yeah, Cooper's team isn't that bad. I would agree with you. He could use a quarterback, but in our league or in any league, you can find a quarterback week to week that you might be able to hit on. Um, but yeah, let's move on to EDM East. So we've got Blake and we've got Rue and we've got Brad. And it's not that huge of a gap there, but with that huge win over Landon, kind of made it a little bit bigger, putting Blake up 2 games on the rest of them. What do you think?
That was huge. This team, uh, I mean, McCaffrey alone all of a sudden makes his team just look like a fucking supernova, right? Rue again, surprisingly drafting a not bad looking team, but still also not surprisingly being 1-3.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, yeah, Travis
uh,
Kelsey and Taylor Swift, I mean, how much did he spend
um,
on Travis Kelsey? I hate to bring it up.
oh, wasn't it like $67 or
$66.
something like that?
So
Something like that, yeah. But he's got Diggs and he's got Cousins who's been playing well.
Cousins was the number 1 quarterback or the number 1 fantasy producer up until last week.
Yeah,
Now,
that's right. But I mean, I'm looking at his team right now. I'm kind of cheating, but
mm,
yeah, he doesn't
uh,
have much else besides
you're
Diggs
allowed
and
to look.
Gus.
Yeah. At least he isn't
um,
starting Daniel Jones.
uh, but Blake's team's pretty nice. Waddle, Caffrey, Montgomery. Montgomery, I don't know how much I believe in that, but we'll see.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sam,
it's T. Higgins too.
Sam
Oh, and he's
Laporta,
got Brees Hall. He's got Brees Hall on the bench too. Like, yeah, Blake's got a nice team.
Jalen Waddle. Seeing that you shouldn't sell him or you should buy low, is what they're saying for Jalen Waddle. Sending out
Yeah,
trades. So,
Blake looks like he's got an easy path to division title, and the main reason why is because of BTKLAMF, whatever that means. Brad Robertson.
yeah, his got pretty messed up. Um, but still,
His team didn't
how far are we through the season now? What's 4 weeks out of 17?
like a quarter in.
Yeah, so
A quarter in.
I mean, Justin Herbert is a really good quarterback. Um, and I don't know. He does need some things to happen, but it looks like he's got a lot of handcuffs on his team. So trying to hit the lottery, like Chuba Hubbard,
He,
Najee Spear.
let's just
Thanks,
be
Big B.
his team at the beginning of the year to me was like a B team, and then he lost Cooper Cup and Chubb. I mean,
Yeah.
Cooper Cup might come back, but you would know better than me. What's the name of that replacement? Puka
Oh yeah,
Nakua
Pukin.
or
Yeah, Pukin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't really know his name, but I should because he's setting records right now. Apparently.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, but Brad's not doing it.
Fair enough. Well, we'll have to
Yeah.
run another podcast and see how things go in the future and how our predictions are. But let's move on to the
Ooh,
South now.
What
Uh,
what we should have done is done our predictions for the winners of each division. Well, maybe we'll do that at the end. Yeah.
yeah, maybe. Um,
Okay.
so we'll move on to the South. We got Ty and Denon. This is probably one of the ours. I'd say our division's the tightest, but I'd say this one's pretty tight too. Between Breezy Money and Ty and Denon. What do you think about the South?
Tying on somehow. How much money did they have left?
$37. I think they kept or something like that.
All of a
Crazy.
sudden, they look like they have one of the best teams. That's another strategy used to implore was leave a lot of money. Yeah, their team looks really nice. Like mixing well, but like 4 weeks ago, this team looked like crap. Like they're starting DeAndre Swift, Devon at Chain. Like I didn't even know who that guy was 4 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
So
what are they going to do with two on the bench? Like, do you think they're going to be able to trade?
uh, I don't know if I've seen make any trades in the past. Or trade, which we'll touch on after this. um, but
Keep
it
trying to get in there.
right. But honestly, Kareem Hunt, Gus Edwards, and Devon Achan all came off the waiver, so they are making good waiver moves. They are spending a lot of waiver dollars, so it looks like a lot of those guys are just panning out for them. Um, if they were to make a trade, probably for a wide receiver, we'll touch on, but he's on bye this week. But yeah, and then as far as Breezy Money, is it going to be a tight race between Breezy Money and Ty and Danon, or are Ty and Danon well in ahead?
That EA Breezy Money has a horseshoe up his ass, so you
Hmm?
can never count him out. Jonathan Taylor is practicing this week, and I think he got him for $8, which could be a league breaker. Because what happened to Zach Moss?
Nothing happened to him. They're just saying that Jonathan Taylor's most likely going to play, so to eat into Zach Moss's carries.
Just real quick, back to Tyndon on this Devon Achinga. He's projected to get 11.4 points.
Well, if you look, I mean, I don't know what they make the projections on, but I think he's averaging like 8 yards a carry or something insane, like 10 yards a
And
carry.
what did they pay for him off the waiver wire? Like, good for them.
I
Good for
think they
them.
paid $15, so they still put in decent
That's
money.
nothing.
But
Oh,
it was before
before,
he exploded for 50 points, so that was some good foresight.
yeah, good,
Because none of us
good for
even knew,
them.
right? Until after he exploded, we're like, "Who is this guy?" And he's already gone.
I've never heard of the guy in my life.
Right?
But no, like Matt's got Burrow, who like you would assume is gonna pick it back up, right? Um, he's got Nico Collins, who's
Got
whatever doing
34
like
points last week, which is
yeah,
insane.
yeah. No, Matt's team looks just fine.
Uh,
So it's yeah, and then
there's-
what do we got here? Dire Wolves, never good.
Oh
He
no.
did get he did get Puka Nakua.
And Tony Pollard, yes, decent lineup. It's just when you're back that many games against these two, it might be a little tough.
Yeah.
I'd say he's
Oh,
in
it
better
looked a lot better.
position than Brad and Jeremy, though, as far as bottom place of the divisions go.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it looked yeah, honestly, I think I like I think I would rather be in his position at his record than my position at my record.
Fair enough. So let's move on to some of the big trades. So you made a big trade. Was it a desperation trade because you lost a running back? What happened there? Just happening with the Keenan Allen
Oh,
Madison
I did
trade.
I think I did it before the beginning of even the first game or the first Sunday game anyway. I
Okay.
uh I usually try to do more of a strategy like you and Landon and get uh top elite receivers and then fill the rest of your bench out cheaper guys, but I ended up having like six E grade receivers, guys like Drake London and who else I can tell you? Drake London, Johnson, Christian Watson, Calvin Ridley, Devontae Smith, and Keenan Allen. And I didn't want Keenan Allen at all. I felt like he was old and busted. And
Hmm.
and the Tyndon on had a bunch of running backs like Swift, Madison, guys like that. So I said, hey, like let's make a trade. I've got lots of receivers, you've got lots of running backs. So he offered me DeAndre Swift for Christian Kirk, and I said no, because in my head I had Gainwell at the time, and the week one hadn't played yet. And in my head, I was thinking I was such a genius. Like, oh no, Gainwell's the starter,
Yeah. Well, he was,
and
but I think he started the season injured.
well, no, so I countered and I said Keenan Allen for Madison because I thought Madison was going to be good. He accepted. Week one happens. Swift gets like 1 point. Gainwell is like the clear cut starter, then ends up injured. Um, Keenan Allen does okay, but I'm like, ah, whatever. I didn't want Swift. And then as you know, week two,
Yeah.
Swift goes off for like 30 points. Gainwell's injured.
Oh
Keenan
yeah.
Allen goes off. Like
Oh
it's just
my god. Absolutely
terrible.
insane.
If I would have done the trade he proposed me, I would have started
Swift.
Swift and
Yeah.
Allen instead of Kirk and Madison, and I would be 3-1 right now.
Yeah. Kind of how fantasy goes, but I mean, I made a trade in my league as well. I traded away Keenan Allen because 31. Want to scoop up the younger receivers, and when you take a look at his past, I think he's been playing less and less games and literally been declining. Great player. So I feel where you're coming from, but just to see him go off for 28 and 39 points is probably like so heart wrenching.
especially with Mike Williams out now, like you never
Uh,
just gonna feed that guy the ball. Like it's ugly.
exactly.
It's
Um,
ugly. I would feel so much better if I had Keenan Allen and Swift instead of Kirk and fucking Madison, with Akers backing them up now. Like, come on.
oh yeah, that, that makes sense. Percent. So this brings us to the next big trade, probably my biggest trade, and or whatever, 14 years I think the league's been around. I don't make too many
You're not one
trades.
to trade much.
I don't
You are
trade
not a
much.
trader.
No, guys, I'm always offering kind of weak trades, but um, I mean, what's his name? AJ Brown hadn't been doing that well until last week, and I was like, maybe I'll just throw it out there because I know that Jeremy really needs a running back, and Javante is a starting running back, but his record so far this year isn't the greatest. So I understand when I talk to guys like Blake, and he's like, "Oh, you're getting AJ Brown for bench scraps." I understand where they're coming from, but I
You
still,
you you offered me the same trade for Calvin Ridley, and I turned you down, and then you got AJ Brown instead.
yeah, yeah, that is true. I am losing some depth though, because I only have two running mid-grade running backs, and Ayuk could pop off. I mean, he's been great when I watch him for sure in any of the games this year. But yeah, AJ Brown is an elite player, like an S tier like player, so it's worth the trade to lose a bit of depth. I can make it work, but I do have to make it work. I only have one running back this week, so.
It was a fair trade. Honestly, it was a fair trade. And when just now when we were going through the divisions, and I looked at your bench, and I was like, oh yeah, that actually was a starter for Will with Javante Williams anyway. So, I mean, you aren't necessarily giving up bench scraps, but we will see about the hip injury or whatever. But
And we're gonna close it up here soon because I don't know. I think we're at like 20 minutes or something crazy. But a little bit of banter's been going on where, in the chat there between Landon and Blake. Were you surprised not to see Blake come back with some funny insults or a rebuttal to Landon?
honestly, we need to get him on this like immediately because I am very shocked. I'm shocked, surprised, astounded, because it looked like Blake was about to go off, and all of a sudden he didn't. And I'm not sure what happened. We're gonna have to talk to Landon. You're gonna have to talk to Blake. Like, but that might have been one of the biggest comebacks I've ever seen. It was awesome. It was
Eh,
awesome.
right, like the perfect
And
opportunity.
Landon's been a cocky piece of shit this year, so I'm happy about it.
Well, he's been teetering on trying to be as nice as possible, but there are a few times where where yeah, he's come across as well, especially that day he came across as rubbing it in Blake's fake face like blatantly. Like, I don't know why you talk shit about your friends. That's karma for you. And then all of a sudden, so,
I'm
so
telling you, I had to triple check all the numbers. I'm like, am I dreaming right now? Blake can't be winning.
oh my gosh, let's take a look here. Last week's recap. Pretty. Oh, that's my recap. Let's see. How do we take a look at? I wonder what the recap for that. Has anyone read the recap for those two?
Well, no, he actually
Uh,
posted it in the chat. You should read
oh,
it.
did he? It's pretty good. In a nail-biting matchup, Randy Marsh emerged victorious over the Hefty Sluggers in Week 4 of 17. Oh man, let's see. Is there anything good bad here? Randy Marsh best player this week was David Montgomery. Is that true? I thought Christian McCaffrey would have been the best.
Maybe like best mess, maybe best
Oh,
over achievement or something. Oh my
yes.
god! And Blake is so funny. Like, do you remember? He's like, "Look at the Monty." It's like, I love how you're calling it Monty.
So, and he had all week to rub it in, and then Landon got his chance at like noon. And then 1 o'clock rolls around, and CMC starts going crazy.
If Blake wasn't at the corn maze with his family, man, I don't know. Like, imagine if we were all at O2s. Like, oh my
Oh my
god.
god, it would have been insane. It would have been like Landon yelling in Blake's face, and then all of a sudden, where did Landon go?
I know
Uh,
it's been a pretty good year. I absolutely hate my team, but I do like, well, I don't know if I like or hate, but I still have like I still have enough players to put in every week, so I can't just give up and be like fantasy sucks. 'Cause I still have some people to put in, so
and you're also at 2-2, so it's easy to get discouraged when you're 0-4, but 2-2 is not bad.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
All right, man. Well, we tried to keep it short for you, but there was so much to cover. I hope you guys liked tuning in, and I appreciate you guys watching the podcast. And hopefully, we'll have another one in the future. Let us know what you think, and let's keep the trash talk going in the chat there. And thanks for joining, Barry.
It was fun. Real quick, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win the whole thing?
Okay, real quick.
EDM championship and Super Bowl championship.
The Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. Oh, that's a tough one. Honestly, the Bills look really good. Um, I mean, I would have said the Cowboys because they're my team, but Dak Prescott's not. It's the defense that's carrying them, wins championships. But I'll go with the Bills just to keep it quick. And then for our league, I will go with. I don't know. I'll probably just go with Twin right now. But I wouldn't be surprised if Breezy Money was in the running. How about yourself?
Okay. Not bad. I hate to say this and don't tell Landon this, but I think his team is the best right now. And other than that, I'm going with the Eagles.
The
Also,
Eagles. Okay.
don't really love to say it, but Jalen Hurts looks good, man.
He looks good, and the defense looks good. I like that defensive tackle that they
Yeah,
picked up, and yeah, they're
they've got
lit.
players at every level.
But also, now that you're talking about the NFC, I think we'll find out tomorrow if the 49ers beat the Cowboys, they might be someone to consider as well. 49ers
Hey,
Bills
are
Super
they
Bowl
playing this week?
possibly. They are, yeah. That'd be a good
Oh,
one.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, that'd
Let's
be
go.
good. Awesome. Yeah, thanks again for watching, guys, and then let us know what you thought about the podcast, and we'll catch up with you guys soon.
All right, later, man.
Later. Go. You still there?
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to do.
Oh yeah,
I
okay.
just
Yeah, me neither. I just cut the stream. That was pretty good.